Welcome to the very first video. Path of Exile 2, solo self-found hardcore. We're gonna play, I'm on the fence, switch or, we're gonna play Sword. We'll play Sword, yes.
Sorceress, you were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements.
Solo self-found hardcore.
And arrogance keeps you on those gallows. Speak your piece.
I don't think we have that name yet.
Arrogant fiend is getting away. Stop her!
They will suffer for this.
For these nips. For these nips. Yes, I just said it. So guys, we're gonna make a guide or a tutorial on how to play solo self-found hardcore. There is something I discovered that
Humiliation.
is gonna make things a lot better overall.
I'm glad to see another now. I would appreciate it if you could. Reach. Clear fell. Find.
Return to your grave!
So we're gonna replay zones, and I feel like that's gonna help us so much to overlevel the zone. And like level doesn't really matter too much in this game, but if you are like either squishy or you don't deal enough damage or you're very close to a node that you need, it might just be better to reset the zone and just re-clear it and then get your node and get stronger. It is really very important. So we're gonna do that for the first time, and I'll show you guys how to do it as well. I'm playing on a controller, so it might be different buttons for you.
Least expect. Inspiring.
First things first, Shock is going to be your main mandatory ability. You don't have to play Spark if you don't want to. Obviously, you can play it with any character. This what I'm gonna do is gonna apply to all the characters in the game, and you just have to like get a good guide, something to follow along, and you'll be fine. Got an Earth Shield chest piece, which is great. These guys is very hard early game. I recommend just killing them as soon as you can. Also, just a good tip in solo self-found. Since I'm playing that SSF in high levels right now, higher maps. Obviously, it's not hardcore, but you want to pick up everything you can. Gold is an extreme resource in solo self-found. I prefer not playing with a staff because I prefer playing with a focus or a shield. On the fence though, what I'm gonna play, we'll see if we can get a good focus. If not, we'll just use a high block chance shield.
He bore the mark of corruption. I know it.
Well done. Please come inside.
First area done. Pretty good stuff.
Here, there is a small.
Friendly. Well, I've no. I'm Smith.
And this guy will give you another uncut skill gem.
If you find a.
And all we gotta do right now is just use it on Flame Wall.
His burden is heavy.
Flame Wall gonna be triangle for me.
Welcome all. I fit. Hello.
So I don't know if I should check the items here just yet, but it doesn't hurt. We want something that gives +1 to all lightning or all abilities. That one's fire.
Bye.
That just gives spirit. I don't know if we have any decent ones. You see, back in the day, I didn't know about like what is good, what is not good. If it's yellow, it might be good, you know? All like this one is trash. 51% shock chance. It's trash. Like level 14 is not going to do anything. Full chaos, not going to do anything. However, we could make gold for it and see if we can actually get something from it. We got a 2 charm belt here. Focus with spell damage and lightning damage. That's pretty good. Critical and crit. That is actually really, really good. But we're not going to play crit build for a very long time. It looks like the earliest one that is decent that we have is actually this one. That is level 14. Up until then, we can maybe just use this one. We're going to grab this one. Just put it separate so we don't destroy it. We have energy shoes. Doesn't give movement speed. Dude, this is just insane. So I haven't played on this account for a long time. So I bought a lot of stuff that we could obviously make better right now, but we'll talk about that soon. Energy shield is your main source that you want. So you can see that everything here is 9 energy shield. So you might as well just take maximum mana. Or take nothing and just gamble it. We have fire resist here. That's 10. That's pretty high. We have 29 energy shield. So we're going to take this one right here. Movement speed boots is the most important thing. Don't find movement speed boots, unfortunately. Chest piece. Right now we have an open chest piece that we picked up.
Till next time.
What we're going to do is we're going to craft some things over here. This we have a currency tab. So we're going to craft that. Craft this. Maximum life. What do we get here? We got energy shield. That's pretty decent. We got intellect. Intellect again. So pretty good stuff. And our character's starting to come along. Pretty good. We got some uniques here that we could obviously use. Let's see. Cast speed critical, no +1. So we can obviously sell this as well. There's another +1. So we have 2 +1s, which is really, really good. We have headpiece that does pain. We have a rare one-handed weapon. We have 15% movement speed, requires level 19. And we have this tab, which is just... Oof, man. Oof, it looks so bad. So I'm going to just solve this quickly. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so we bought this pay-to-win tab over here. Now, if you do not have uncut support gems, it is not a big deal. You could just follow along. You should be still fine without it. So I'm going to just show you guys exactly what I'm going to put on. So on our flame wall, we're going to put Fortress. On our Spark, we're going to put something called Arcane Tempo. On our Spark, we're going to put... let's put Controlled Destruction. So it's again a blue one. Controlled Destruction right here. This will make it that you can't crit, but you just do 30% more damage, which is really, really good. Obviously, that's a 1 DPS more. And then on the on Flame Wall, we're going to put on Persistence. So that is the 4 supports we're going to start with. I don't think I have any +1s. I also don't think... Oh, I have this, but yeah, I don't have any quality ups or anything like that, so...
Sorry.
We're gonna get rid of this one. It looks decent, but it's not. It's not a good one.
Treasure it.
This one is a okay-ish start. We don't have anything better, so we're gonna just use this one as soon as we can. So let's just have a look at the focus here.
Hello.
We have one option. Energy shield.
I hope it stays.
It has at least a little bit of... It has a little bit of quality as well, so... And just by like a regular crappy wand,
I can. Let's stay safe.
I mean, cast speed is not that bad. We can actually craft it a bit. Maybe we get lucky. Not so lucky. We got spell damage there. It's not that bad, actually. 18%. This one has 47%. So we're going to just use that one. Also has cast speed. And we're off to Clearfall. Grab our checkpoint and we will be heading forward. Now there's a problem because for some reason my ability is not in the right slot. I want Spark to be there. Thank you very much. So now that whenever we cast Flame Wall, it's going to be a circular effect. And if we use our ability that shoots through it, it will then put the enemies to a state called Ignite. Which means they will take damage over time. Also your projectiles, which is your Spark projectiles. It will also do additional fire damage. You can see my damage without it. It's pretty bad. My damage with it is, you can almost say double the amount, which is really, really good. So yeah, you always want to cast Flame Wall. It's not very important on like ad scaling because like the damage is a bit too much. The mana usage is a bit too much. But when it comes to boss fights, you always want to have Flame Wall. I always like to keep to the right in this area to get all the checkpoints. But the more important thing is I want to level up before this boss fight. And normally when you get close to the boss, you will level up as well. Like we just did. So after we level up, we're going to go up in this tree, increasing our damage by another 10%. So we have 20% increased damage. You can see right there, like our damage is really, really high, but it's because of our supports. So you don't really have to get these supports at all at the moment. But as you progress or play the game, you'll get uncut support gems that you can use. So there's an additional boss. I can't really show you, but like it's in the bottom left. I normally try and avoid that boss. I just despise the area that it's in. The enemies around it is also not fun to deal with, so I just try and avoid it as best as I can.
Strange to think. The Vestiri was once home to such forests.
There is a witch we want to fight here. Also, we reached level 3 now, so we have... always have an option to go back, to go check out the shop. But we have an okay-ish one. It's not great, but we have something better. So just always head back every level and check if you have, in my case, +1 for all lightning spells like this. This is okay, but for a staff, it's pretty bad. You want +2 on staffs, even this early. If it's +1, it's not that good. Because you miss out on additional stats on a focus, for example. Fire resist is okay. We don't have to roll on that. Just always look for other things that you might also consider playing in the future. We have rings here. 6 strength. Physical. Mana regeneration rate.
Stay safe if you can.
We're gonna have mana issues later, but I'm not a big issue. We still need movement speed boots, so we can ask Rendi to give us some. Unfortunate, didn't get. Energy shield is 9. So we already have a better energy shield gloves. This requires level 4 and it gives 19, so we still have better than that. Shield might be better than whatever this is, right? It's pretty bad. If you want to use a shield, make sure that it has increased block chance. It will be written in blue, the increased block chance. If it doesn't have that, the shield is also pretty bad. So for now, we could just sell. We can identify this, see if it's better. It's not.
I will treasure it.
Use this to get the permanent 10. Permanent 10 frost resist. That's going to be it for now, so we'll just continue on to Grelwood. Okay, so we're looking for the hut. And technically our main ability that we're gonna spam the whole time. Which is Orb of Storms, which is gonna be a level 3 support gem to get it. Always make sure you get the full mana pot if you can. So only at low HP or low mana, use it.
Vile sorcery.
You want to grab this as soon as you can. Don't equip it. Like, you need to be level 4 to equip it anyway, but like there's going to be a boss fight as you walk out here. It's a rare fight actually. But it's a pretty hard rare to fight. If you play Sparkbolt, there is a little neat trick you can do. You can pull her into this place. And your sparks will just bounce all over the walls, and it does so much more damage to the boss. So just keep that in mind.
Your kind deserve no.
But if you want to stay safe, just stay on the outside, to be honest. So later down the line, you'll see that Orb of Storms does more damage than our Spark. That is just natural. It will be for like that for a very long time. Pretty much every single fight you want to put your Orb of Storms down. I stick to the left, or I stick to the bottom here. Technically to the right side. Because we're gonna find the next zone. The next zone would be on the right side. Normally on the map. Also, you leveled up again, so if you're not happy with your gear, it will be best to go back and check what is there. If you are low on gold, because I've seen someone comment saying, oh, all I need to do is farm 10k gold. Technically, yes. Technically, that is a thing. If you are low on gold, then you have to play the game more. Literally, that's it. You're gonna die more, that's fine. You'll be stronger the next run. Pretty much how this works. Obviously, you can finish this game with one character alone if you're going to follow the things that I talk about throughout this video. Obviously, I'm not the best player in the world, but I kind of figured out how to play SSF right now, so it's a little bit better now that I have this knowledge. We're looking for the big tree. We don't really want to, but we can if we find them. Do the tree boss. It is not the easiest boss. There's early. You can maybe hold off on it until you finish the next zone, which in my opinion has an easier boss. I think I've only died to it once before. We found the tree location.
Has an abundance of energy.
Gonna be very important to go there later. Okay, we found the checkpoint to the next area, which is Red Veil. So we should be very close to the boss, to the tree boss. You know what? Let's avoid him for now. We'll come back to him later. Red Veil is most probably one of the best areas to farm XP.
I thought the Ezomites buried their dead. This must have been some battleground.
You can see our damage is pretty poor. Like, it's literally poor. I think this is one of the best places to farm XP early in the game. I want to back before I level up, so that we can have a chance to see the shop rotation. We're 2 bars away still. In the zone, just keep your ear out for a weird noise. It sounds like, I don't know, like static is the best way to describe it. Oh, I leveled up. Okay. Every level the shop resets, just by the way. So if you don't get good items every level, you have a chance to get better ones, essentially. And the items from vendors remain the same until you level again. So if you don't have enough gold on your character, you can always play another one. Farm some gold. Get back to your character. This is a fire enemy. Or a magic enemy. So we might as well just do some additional abilities. We have the first one here. Cross my portal. We're going to use our level up. And we're going back to see if we can find any better gear. Movement speed boots is still a priority. Mana regen on a focus. I mean, could be better than what we have. We have a higher quality medium. So we already looted 2 mediums, so you can see it's 70. This one's giving 81. So we're gonna buy this.
May it keep you fighting fit.
We're gonna equip it. When it comes to HP, we'll just use the HP bar or the new HP that we got. Okay, we'll check for shields. Higher block chance. Shields. There's no block chance on the shields, unfortunately. Maximum life. So it's still 19, which is still lower than what we have. We don't have a belt yet, but it gives life flask recovery. This is okay for now, but we prefer mana. There we go. Mana flask right there. Because we're gonna have way more mana issues than health issues. No movement speed boots yet. So that's really unfortunate for us. Yeah.
Stick to the cairns.
Yes. Another for my collection. Goodbye.
So go back to our stash and place these bad boys in. And we'll continue on. Make sure you use your well. If you unequip the flask or whatever. So you listened for this noise. You can hear it faintly in the distance. As a spark build, it's better for you to not be in the middle of everyone, but like on the sides. Because then you just aim one way, hold down your spark, and you should be doing good damage.
Ugh, the dead seem to rise in every direction. No matter.
Always make sure that you pick up your item. It's going to be 3 green items you use here. That Renly is going to change into nails for us. Yeah, we have no stun threshold, so we're getting absolutely spanked every time something looks at us. Keeping our ears open again, you know, so we can find it a little bit faster. I thought I heard one. We didn't. Okay, we found the next one. Didn't hear it. I saw the checkpoint, so I knew it was here. There's only 4 checkpoints, I think, in the zone. That's the entrance. And then for 3 of these rust obelisks we have to do. So make sure you always grab your level up. So this is the path we're taking right now.
It is bound to this place.
So this one just gives us a pretty hefty boost here. 20% increased spell damage and 10 intelligence. You want to clear out as many enemies as you can. I think I'm hearing it. Yeah. Okay, we found the boss. This boss is the Rust Lord. There's 2 abilities that you have to look out for, pretty much. It's not a hard fight. There's just 2 abilities you have to look out for. And I'll tell you once they do it. Because I don't do too much damage, so you will do both, for sure. There is 2 versions of one of the abilities, though. That's just an auto attack. If you're very close to him, you will just like auto attack the whole time. And use that ability. That one right there. That one is not an issue. So he's gonna summon. Okay, that's the one. You just look at his feet. This is the other one. That's a frontal. You can distinguishly hear it when he's doing it. He's doing that again. So you don't have to be like, just don't be in front of him and you'll be fine. I should have let him summon the ads. It's more XP. So he's summoning ads. It's good. Frontal again. So every time you hear that noise, just don't be in front of him. That's pretty much it. And if you see him do spikes, just don't get hit by it. Right? It's go around him in a radius. So just make sure that you don't get hit by it. That's it. And he will drop the last green item you need in this area. Obviously, make sure that you pick the items here. Like this is giving 35 energy shield. For a chest piece, that's already more than ours. So definitely grabbing that. And it has a rune slot already in. A twig helmet that's unidentified. So these are some pretty good stuff. Always make sure you pick up your items. Or at least look at them before you just like bolt off. I honestly don't think we leveled up. No.
Stay safe.
I think we came here on this level.
I would ask. Stick to the cairns.
So identify this. Let's have a look. It's cold resist, which is really good. We're not scaling by int, not even close to it. So we're just gonna craft and see what we get. Energy shield even more. We have 51 energy shield. great item. 31 energy shield, that's already 2 more from what we have. We also have 10 fire resist, which is way more useful than rarity. Rarity is really good, but like only about 50 rarity in total, up to 150. So early game you can't really reach 50 rarity anyway, and I just don't think you clear trash fast enough to make use of it. So I'd rather get fire resist. It will help us stay alive as well.
It's beautiful.
Okay, we have our first 3 over here. I'm gonna take Overstorms.
Chains lightning.
And I'm gonna put it on square. We're gonna use this the whole time, guys. We're gonna use it the whole time. The supports we want on it is 2 of them. So we want, I think it's a blue one. We want Expanse. So Expanse right here. That on. And the second one is exposure. Is it magnified effect? I think it is conduction. I think we might not be able to use it because we need dex. Oh, we don't. Nice. Look at this. Look at these. Perfect, dude. We didn't even have to get strength or additional this or that. Okay, so we did find the tree, so we could just TP back to Growlwood.
Good. Now the others.
Let's see what power the old clans wield.
He's in state.
You have to talk to Una, and then you have to go back to Clearfell. And then you have to talk to her here. If you don't do that, then you can't continue with the game. Just keep that in mind. Grab some identifiers for if our inventory gets full. We'll go back to Growlwood because I don't have the next TP point. On average, you want your life to be more than your energy shield, as you can see we have here in the bottom left corner. If you don't know how to see that, you can turn it on in your settings. And your interface settings. So right now we're looking for 2 things here. We're looking for Grim Tangle, I think. What the area is called. And we're also looking for the tree boss, because now we're stronger and we can fight him. And there's a big fat chance it's going to give us a support gem. Which is, if you're running low on it, you definitely want to grab that boss as many times as you can. Obviously, you can only do them once for the special loot, quote unquote, to drop. An asterisk. You can't get the special loot more than once. Like, I can't go to the lady that's in the hut again because she gave me my support gem already. You can still get loot from her, like it's a rare still. It's your first rare you face in the game. A Spark is still doing decent damage, and our Spark is level 1. I could have made it 3, but I don't want to go too much in my bank, if that makes sense. I want to keep it as a guide for you guys also, so you can follow along. I'm running a little bit more in the middle now, because you didn't see the boss. Here we found the boss. And there we go. Uncut skill gem 2. We'll put Spark on it.
It's a curse that makes your enemies more. Spark project.
We got Spark level 2 now. Okay, and boss fight time.
The very trees tremble with sickness.
Always make sure you dodge that blast. The frontal. Okay, oh man, I tried not to kill him so I can show you guys what he does.
The soil.
But yeah, if you just leave him up until now in the story, if you don't do him like when you get to the zone, this boss is so much easier. I would highly recommend just leaving him first. Because he has a one-shot mechanic ability that does chaos damage. And it really hurts if you don't dodge it. It's like 2 tentacles coming out of the ground with purple orbs around it. And it will slam down on you. So you just have to run sideways and dodge as soon as it hits. And you should be fine.
Blocked for now. But I sense more than just
The Fae spirit. The old magic still thrives.
So there's a boss in this area. Obviously you don't have to do bosses. That is not mandatory. I would recommend doing it because it is a very good mechanical boss to get good at, in my opinion. Pretty much the motto of the story is just get good on the boss. Most bosses feel like that, so... But I'll talk about the mechanics as we do the boss. Finally, we have the knowledge to make more of a guide now than we had before. Hopefully we do find the boss though. Like, I don't want to go too much out of my way to look for him. Obviously, Orb of Storms is god tier this early. Be very careful with this, with these acid pools or whatever, and acid plants. You want to avoid them as much as you can. They do take a while to explode, the plants. But these being thrown by enemies, they are instantly popped. And pretty much they do so much damage that you can get caught off guard by how much damage they do. Obviously I don't want white trash in my inventory. So right now you have 2 options. Are you happy with your damage? Do you want more damage? Like, do you need like mana regen? Like, you need to decide which 3 you want here because you're gonna go through all 3 eventually anyway. I'm gonna go with cast speed right now. I feel like our mana can sustain it. Not just that, but the better cast speed you have on Spark, the more your Orb of Storms does as well. Because your Orb of Storms is not something you cast on the enemy. It's something you cast on yourself. Hey, we found the boss. Every time you cast an electricity ability or lightning ability inside of it, you will also it will also spark, like a spark will come out of it. So when he lifts up his hand like that, you want to make sure that you are running. If you have movement speed boots, I don't have movement speed boots, so I need to dodge. So I'm trying to run. Okay, you can still run. Fine. Okay, he's lifting up a rock now, so just make sure you dodge. Can you smell? There's our Orb of Storms, our Flame Wall, and look at this damage, bro. Insane. Got a Chaos Orb. We got Mana Recovery Yellow Belt, so we can check that out for sure. It gives maximum mana, Cold Resist, and Thorns. Ours is giving 30% mana recovery from flasks. Now you have to consider, do you want the 9 Cold Resist? Or do you want the 30% mana from flask? I would prefer the flasks. It might be a belt we're going to use for a very long time. Make sure you avoid magic enemies. How do you know if it's magic? It has a blue name above it. So at the top you can see there's a blue name, almost dead. They are extremely strong. Way stronger than you think. They have a pretty good necklace. I wouldn't say avoid them. I would say be cautious by them. They hurt and they're very tanky. They don't hurt as much as a unique, aka boss, or a rare, but it's somewhat similar. It's very close. Oh my goodness, sorry, I tried to mute in time, but I was scared I'm gonna end the video.
Quickly! My family has been abducted!
Okay, let's run around the left here. So there's three things actually we want in the zone. Number one is the two, well, let's say two things is the two bosses, right? Draven and the Necromancer. You want both of them. Obviously, you need them both to continue on. And the third thing it would be is to find the graveyard. Okay, we found one of the entrances. So this is to Draven. Draven is the harder one of the two bosses by far. It's not even close.
Cruel Praetor, I shall bring you the storm.
So we have our weakest link enemy here. What I will do is it will reflect all projectile damage, like this one right here. So if I cast, you'll see like it's reflecting. There is a way to avoid it, and that's to get him to attack. So you want to be up against his body, make him attack, and you could just cast as much as you want, even if it's projectiles. You can see my damage is nothing. Put Overstorm down, and brrr, it's dead. So every time I shoot with an Orb of Storms, it does an additional spark, and that spark does way more damage than actually spark does. So yeah, your Orb of Storms will be your main damage source for most probably the majority of the first three acts, I would say. These babies pop, and they leave blood pools on the floor. The blood pool is very strong, just like the acid from the previous round, or the previous area. Make sure you don't stay in it for too long. You will die. Look at those overstorms, dude. You can't make this stuff up, dude. Honestly, those were magic enemies. But now they're just a pile of bones, like they're supposed to be. Okay, so we're gonna go more into cast speed. My mana still seems okay, but you know, our spark is not even level 3 yet, so that might be the thing. Again, reflection, so make sure it attacks, and then you can go all out on his face. So pretty much those shield guys have two stasises, right? One is defensive stance, where it's just reflecting projectiles in particular, and the other stance is to attack. You can't reflect and attack at the same time. This dude hurts a lot. Make sure you heal. Use your mana potions, use your Orb of Storms. See, my damage without it is still okay, but it's nothing comparable. It's literally double the damage. Not just that, it will also fork. Fork means it attacks more than one target. Spark is just amazing, bro. Like, honestly, it's maybe one of the best abilities that you get in early game. But it only works if you play with an electricity ability yourself, or with a lightning ability. I don't know why I keep calling it electricity, dude. My bad. Also, since we use one of the orbs here called Expanse, the range is just so much bigger. So I wouldn't say it's as far as our spark goes, but like it's really, really good, the range. By the way, if we do shock the enemy, they also get a debuff on them, which makes them take more damage from more lightning spells. So the boss room is in the middle there. We already seen it. And I think the entrance is through the bottom here. How do you know it's the boss room? Because it's a very, very square area. That's how you know when it's a boss room. You can see the rest of the place doesn't look square at all. It's just that specific room.
You will have eternity to regret your intrusion here.
So this ability, just don't be close to the boss. It could one-shot you. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Your meaningless life ends.
When he does this, it's just a few slashes forward. Again, don't be against him. When he does that, make sure that you are not in front in the line. He called his wife, so just run from that circles.
So this line.
He could be enraged soon. You can obviously outrange it as well. He's still not enraged. So there's one way to... Let me just explain to you guys. There's one way to avoid him from enraging. That is to step on the souls. You can see there's like 5 souls very close to him. That's why I'm moving away. I want him to keep moving to where there's no souls. If these souls enter his body, he consumes that soul and he enrages. Enrages for Draven means that he's gonna just attack faster, he has more range, and better cast speed, pretty much. So, I would rather deal with him enraged than to spawn one of those things with the shield, because it's my weakness, right? So, he's enraged now. So now he runs, his ability is fast. The best thing to do is to just avoid him during this time, if you can. When he loses his enrage, he's getting stunned. He's stunned now. It's very, very faint though. Barely stunned though. That's pretty much all he does.
Welcomed, I am sure.
So, no movement speed, but it's pretty good boots though. We don't even have boots. Oh man, don't even have boots and we're this far. I mean, surely there was boots I could buy. Any boots would be better than nothing. But it's okay. We have boots now. Alrighty then. That is one of the 3 things we need. Obviously, you don't need the rings. Like, if you play normal, you can just probably buy decent rings for like 1 exalt this early. But I prefer getting the ring to see what I get. Iron ring is useless on this character, it does physical damage. No ring is still better than adding physical damage. Unless there's an additional stats to it. Then sure. Also, I talked about like when you spark an enemy, you do additional damage. How do you know if you spark an enemy? So at the very top, you see their health bar. At the very, very top of the screen. Now, obviously, I'm playing on a keyboard. Sorry, I'm playing on a controller. So like mine has auto-aim. To see if you spark an enemy, you just have to look at the top there. There will be a debuff literally on the enemy. Now, obviously, I killed him too fast right now. Trying to see if I can get it on this guy. Oh, he's still dead. No, there, 20%, you see him. So that means he takes 20% more damage from all my lightning spells. So if you combine this with this ability, with what is it? Exposure, like what is it called? Conduction. It is more likely to shock. You see, support skills have 100% more chance to shock. So what happens then is it almost always put that debuff on the enemy. We can see Spark rarely ever does this. Almost no enemies we attack have that 20% exposure to lightning on them. I think that is why Orb Storms just does so much damage. Obviously, you can put this thing on Spark. It's just Spark needs two stuff to function. Projectiles needs to be faster because like it feels so bad if it's not. And cast speed needs to be better because without that you can't walk cast like I'm doing right now to just demonstrate. This is a skill that you'll have to practice for when you do mapping later, when you have high quality on your Spark. But I'll get into that stuff later. Don't worry about it. It's something you'll have to practice is to... In other games like Dota and like League of Legends, it's called orb walking. Some people call it stutter step. You need to practice on how to do that because if you press too fast, your character is like slow a lot. And if you do it not enough, you won't do enough damage.
Witches are not tolerated where I am from. I shall deal with her.
So yeah, you just saw my damage there. Pretty bad. But with all the storms though, the exposure happens almost immediately. Look at that damage, dude. It's so stupid. Yeah, all the storms just got here. Like, you're pretty much only gonna use this the whole time. Even on rares, you just won't even use Flame Wall. You'll only use Flame Wall against uniques, which is bosses. Oh, hi there, buddy. I didn't see you there. And if I slap you with my stick instead? Ooh, we're taking a little bit of a beating here. Okay, so now we're gonna go into 8% elemental damage. Our mana still seems okay. We still don't have a good one though. We still have to go back and look for a one. Always grab your artificial orbs. This is gonna make it that you can put rune slots into gear. Very, very important. Medium mana flask. Okay, we found the boss room. I think before we do the boss room, let's just go back and see if there's a better wand, potentially. Not that this boss needs us to be as strong as we can, but the next one will. And we won't level up in between, so we might as well check it out. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. Unfortunate.
Stay safe, if you can.
If you...
Check out movement speed boots. Fairly happy with the belt we have. Cold resist on gloves. Ours give 5 int. 20% energy shield. Energy shield 35. Oh, there's a lot of energy shield chest pieces. It's kind of crazy. Cold resist is pretty nice though, but I prefer the 50 energy shield for now.
If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
No upgrades, unfortunately.
Let me teach you the power of the Eternals.
So this boss pretty much have like 3 abilities. Auto attack, I don't know if that counts an ability. Link auto attack. And does that frontal. Does the circles. Here's the circles. The first one does like no damage, by the way, but from then on forward it does quite a bit. And it does this thing right here, where just walk out of it. Not a big deal. I wanted to enrage so you can actually see it. So she's enraged. No, she's not. She's gonna let out the orbs like that. So you just want to make sure that you are not in that. It's really easy to dodge. You just keep running. Right now. I unfortunately walked over an orb. So one of these guys will spawn. Make sure you kill him. I didn't see she was enraged. That's my bad.
My love, I call to you.
Repulsive witch! May your misdeeds be long forgotten.
It's a very easy fight as long as you're not getting one-shotted by her enrage. That's pretty much it. Okay, so that is that done. Now it's just time for the big boss. This guy is hard.
In his life,
He hits really, really hard.
he is simply
If you're scared, you can just use his shield. Shields help against them because it's armor. Makes you take less damage.
Torko, Callum, the family of Count Lachlan of Ogham. My family. This doesn't make any sense. They're dead. Those bastard Eternals. I must make them pay. I must make them suffer.
If you stay here, his first ability misses. You pretty much, the biggest thing I can tell you for this boss fight is you don't want to get hit by his auto attacks. It really hurts. Oh, this thing just dodges as soon as it comes out. It's gonna do a frost lines, so it kills that whole area. Pretty much. I took my whole energy shield with one hit. You want to dodge the second one of that. Make sure you dodge sideways when you hear that noise.
not yet.
He's electrified, so we do way more electricity now to him.
Rejoin your kin, lost one.
But yeah, if you're scared, I would just recommend using a shield against this boss. Obviously, not all characters can, right? If you're playing a mercenary or a ranger, like you need to have your quiver. Mercenaries can't use an offhand. Unless you're not using the crossbow. So like, you can't always do it, but it helps quite a lot, so. Okay, this is a rare. I wouldn't say this rare is mandatory to do. It has electricity resistances. I wouldn't say this is mandatory to do, but it's definitely going to help you experience-wise if you do it. It's not a hard fight. Just keep in mind that the affixes is random. So what I got there, like electricity resist, might not be there for you. It might, like, it should be something else. Not always the case, but on average. The boss would still be the same, look the same and everything. They just have random affixes on it. Okay, so we found farmlands. I'm gonna just enter here to get the teleportation area. TP area. Let's see if my game doesn't crash. Okay, so just run in, grab the waypoint. And then we're running back out again. We do have another passive, so 10% increase electricity or lightning damage. Why do I keep calling it electricity? What game is that? Electricity damage. I'm trying to think. Okay, we need Faithorn, which is a different zone. Oh yeah, another cool thing about all the storms, I can actually shoot over walls, which is really cool. Something Spark can't do. So these are all very, very bad enemies for us. They are blue names, right? Blue names equals magic enemies. They hurt. Make sure that you're very cautious around them. Sucks that they all look the same. It's just they're not the same. So I can shoot over the wall here. But I got jumped, so I had to roll. Would have been cool to show you guys. Okay, this is Faithorn. We definitely need it, but well, not that much. Well, we'll come back for it later. I want the +2 first because it's very difficult. Okay, this is a rare. The name you can see is yellow. You can kill your allies, that would be great. Oof, that was a lot of damage. Stayed in the green there for a second. Scepter, I'm okay. Okay, so we found the boss room. You can see it looks like an arena. This boss has 3 phases, but I'll talk about it. Phase 1 is just pretty much don't try and be in front of him. Like every phase, I would say, just don't try.
I will release you of
Just don't be in front of him. So he slaps if you stay against him. He will do a jump attack if you're far further. It doesn't look like he wants to. So once you get into about 75%, maybe 80% health,
back here, creature.
you'll run to the next phase. This one is this is most probably the most dangerous of all these phases. This one right here. You don't want him to jump, you want to stay against him. And if he does a shring noise and he doesn't move, he like lift up his hand. I want to show you guys. Like that. That is a infinite range hit, by the way. And there's another move that he can do. That he does that constantly. Like he hits the whole time. Boom, 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 the floor. And if you get hit by the first one, you most probably will get staggered until you're dead. So it could be a one-shot mechanic. But on average, if you just roll, you know, when he's attacking, like you could just easily phase him out of this phase. He's gonna grab his spell and go to the next zone. Obviously race him there. So this one is the same thing. Just don't be in front of him. He's gonna hurt quite a bit if you're in front of him. If he does his shring noise, he's gonna spin. I wanted to not kill him to show you guys, but he's gonna like spin. So just don't be against him. Pretty much. Yeah, that is that boss. There is something else to do in this zone if you really want to. It is good experience, so we'll just do it quickly. We're gonna grab this, which give us 18% lightning damage and 30% chance to shock. This is just 8% elemental damage, and you know, lightning is elemental. Feels like we're half in the ground. It's so weird. Okay, the chance to shock is absolutely huge. Because that means we're gonna expose them to more elemental damage. More. So if you click X on, well, if you click on the ritual, you can start it. The ritual is like you have to kill, I don't know, 20 enemies. And also there's like a dark circle around it where this white circle is. So you can't get out of the circle at all. During that time, you have to kill everything in it. If you don't kill everything in it, then obviously you will die, right? Because you can't kill everything. There's no timer or anything like that, so you have infinite time to do it. But it's just scary. Because there's a lot of enemies spawning. Pretty much the best thing to do is to keep moving. In my opinion. Until you feel like you can start attacking. There's a gap for you to attack. But these range guys is absolutely sniping me at the moment. And you get an uncut support gem 4 out of it, which is great. That ear is a little itchy. So we got an uncut 4. So you can use it on what you want. Spark is most probably the better upgrade for us because it's still level 2. Yeah. There's everything done in the zone. We'll head to Thorn and get our 30 spirit right now.
Another wicked energy to contend with.
We do have a level up. We might want to back as well. If you do have mana problems, which I don't know if I do, you want to take these two as well. It gives a lot of mana regen. But at the moment, I don't know if I have mana issues. It looks okay. Mana issues is that, you know, it takes you longer to kill the enemies than the damage you can... than the flasks that can regen. That is mana issues. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. If you have to go back to base to use the well just because your mana flask is empty, then you know you have mana issues. But you can see mine is fine. I'm gonna use mana pots, but absolutely not necessary for me to take mana regen at the moment. So we're gonna skip that. And instead, we're gonna go up into this attribute right here. You can either take int or strength, depending if you need more HP, be more tanky. Strength might be a little bit safer. Gives you 10 health. For every 1 strength, you get 2 HP. For every for every 1 int, you get 2 mana, total mana. Also, if you don't know, the more mana you have, the more mana regen you get. Just like energy shield works exactly the same. Okay, I almost died there. That was not cool. Almost got sniped again. Dodge that. So be very careful in this area, guys. Like, if you feel that you're too weak, rather go do the previous zone again. Especially the ritual. It gives a lot of XP. It really does. I'm a huge fan of rituals. I just don't like it this early in the game. Like, it's very tough. Depending on the character you play, it could even be next to impossible. I wouldn't say impossible, but it would feel like it. So yeah. Just be very cautious. Always, also, don't grab the checkpoints. You can see I left mine. The checkpoint is your safe haven. If you get to a point where like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die, you could just grab the checkpoint. And you'll be full health, full mana. So keep that in mind. Like right here, I'm half mana. Oh no, full HP, baby. What I'm talking about. So just keep that in mind. It's a little trick that you can use.
Who speaks to me from beyond the void?
I want to check everywhere. We need to get 3 rituals and then the boss, which is 4 rituals in total. It is really a good amount of XP. Okay, another ritual. I think I know where the boss is. Yeah, dude, even magic enemies just disappear as soon as I use Overstorms. We're starting to get greater life flask. Should be okay for now still. Let's equip it. Okay. Just be careful. The purple is chaos damage. If you see purple floors, try to avoid as much as you can. There's a rare in between all of them, which is not cool. He was not part of the ritual.
I need more time. Die, forgotten.
Absolutely destroyed. Even got a level. That is juicy. Now we're gonna make our way to the left because we want to get to this as soon as we can. It will just make you do more damage with elemental against rare uniques. It will have more chance to inflict ailments, which is just way better. I'm gonna take strength int. We're gonna just do that for now. Later we're gonna scale by intellect, so we'll change it later, but for now this is okay. Right here, grab that, because I don't feel safe. But the flask definitely helps, dude. Do not grab the checkpoint. Somewhere is still an enemy because it's still dark. I can't go out. There we go. So I plus minus think the boss is up here. The boss room. Well, what do you know? It's not. The boss room generally is on the side. It might also be on the left. Okay, not a big fan of this. A lot of damage. Another rare. That's purple. Make sure you dodge that. The enemies keep spawning. So this rare has an ability where he keeps respawning his allies. I'm not too sure if we get XP every time we kill them. I don't know. We got a lot of XP to kill the rare though. Like I looked down. I was like, what? That was so much, bro. Over Storm's damage is just illegal. The fact that it does forking and have a 100% chance to shock is just... It's just insane, dude. Okay, so really unfortunate. We are not finding the boss. I think it's on the left. We'll try out the left first. Could be on the right also, but I think it's just a dead end, the right side. But yeah, there is a little section there we didn't explore, unfortunately. I think it's down here then. Okay, there's a checkpoint. So we found it.
shadows here undulate with raw power.
Okay, let's do it. Obviously, do your best to not get cornered into one area. Keep moving if you want to stay alive. Some of these enemies is magic. I think I'm ready. Let's do it. There's a lot of damage, dude. So this boss does a frontal cone like that. If you hear the noise, this one, just get away from him because it's a circle around him. If he does dark effigy, there's gonna be totems spawning that you have to destroy. I got purple on my head. Purple means I need to keep moving. If you have red, you can't move. You need to stay still. So pretty much when he says thorn grip and that noise, just stay away. So then, yeah, we got phase 1 covered. He's gonna transform now into phase 2. It's pretty much the same thing, just stronger. See, I got purple on me again, so I need to keep moving. Now he's throwing an orb at me, so just obviously don't get hit by it. If you have red on your head and you have to stand still, you can still move and roll. Have to get out of that, just by the way. Also, obviously, just don't be in the fire. I mean, you need to be a potato brain to not know that. Okay, here's the orb. Just don't get hit by it. Okay, red on me, so stand still. Obviously, I can't stand still there. I'll get killed. If you don't stand still, you get stunned for like 3 seconds. It's a pretty long stun though. Always click on your... once you're done with the boss, always click on the thing and just check if there's good items here that you could take. Even if there's no good item, you could just buy something to sell it for gold. Like this will be worth something, right? Buy that item, get that gold.
I return you to the void, or wherever you hail from.
There we go. This area is done. So, we get this item right here, which will give us spirit. Now we got 30 spirit, and now if we open this up or use the uncut skill gem, you can choose pretty much anything here depending on what weapon you use, what supports you can use, right? So there's a few ones you can use here. You can use Raging Spirits. This will help you to defend yourself during projectile damage. This is the only thing Raging Spirits is good for. Unless you're playing, obviously, a witch. Then with witches, they are very, very strong. But on a Sorc, which is what we're playing, they fall off hard at the end of Act 2. Like, hard. Like, they do nothing. So... the two good options you have, in my opinion, is between Grim Feast, which will restore your energy shield, but you can't really use it against the boss because, like, it needs to be an enemy kill that you get it. And Mana Remnants, which also can't be used on a boss, because you can't get mana on killed enemies, right? You have to shock them and then kill them, and then you get an orb, no more than... once every 2 seconds. So you can't really use any of these against bosses, unfortunately. But Raging Spirits you can. And also this one right here, which is one of my favorite, but only if you use a shield. I love this thing. When they attack you, they get frozen, pretty much. It's very, very useful. For us, we're going to play with Mana Remnants. So we're going to just take this and put this on. So once you put on the gem, it's going to say, do you want it all for on? Just make sure it's on, and then you use the 30 spirit we just gained. So yeah.
You found.
We can revive the hooded guy now. And we can check out some items. Hopefully any... Ooh, we got movement speed, but it's armor. Movement speed, but it's 9 energy shield. I'll take it.
Will keep you alive.
Finally have movement speed boots. It's gonna feel good.
Might make good scrap.
Why do I have another uncut support gem? That's crazy. Just gonna put everything back we're not gonna use. So you can use this guy to identify items. So instead of using your scroll of wisdoms, you'll just come to this guy and he will identify it for you. Pretty good. Pretty good. We have a better mana pot. There we go. It's a pretty big upgrade. Does 50 more mana. And we're still looking for a +1 to all spells or lightning spells. +1 to fire. I'm not a big fan of staves. Staffs. Physical spell damage. Physical spell damage is not the same as spell damage, by the way. It's two different, completely different things. So, no better focus, no better wand. We're still not good geared. We still have no ring as well. Maybe I have something saved. We have a chest piece here. Sure. This chest piece is good. We'll equip it. 25. Yeah, that's a pretty good focus. So we'll take that one as well. 44 energy shield. It gives cold resist, intellect. 24 lightning resist. I'll keep the one we have on right now. I'll keep that. Energy shield 88, bro. Sheesh. Fire resist +10 int. Okay, I guess we'll take this one. Okay, we got another focus here. Spell damage 31. But this one does over 50, 61. This one is 61 spell power, the one we have on. But this one gives 45. This one gives 45 energy shield, which is really good. So there's 10% movement speed boots. We're gonna put this on because it gives energy shield. Ooh, +1 to all minions, dude. There's all my minion stuff saved, even a headpiece. That's good. This one's dog. Okay.
Hello.
Got some decent upgrades there.
Beautiful. I accept.
We're saving physical damage stuff, so yeah, talk to Finn. Finn is gonna give you a one of 3 choices: fire, cold, or frost resist. What do you want? The best way to check is go to your character screen and just check what is your lowest. For me, it's lightning. And take lightning.
Yes. So the cold. Thank you.
So this one right here.
So thank you.
So by taking the lightning, it doesn't give us lightning resist per se. It's only when you take lightning damage.
Hello.
That thing only works for a few seconds. It's not the greatest stuff in the game. That's why people don't play with more than one guard effect. That's why people don't really like prioritize more than one charm on the belt, because the charms in this game is just bad. So okay, next zone we're going to is all the way down here. Ogam Farmlands. In the farmlands, we need to find the loot. I normally had it mapped out, like where the loot is, but the RNG is just too much to really know. I still think it's like on the main road more than anything else. You can see my damage right now is just, it's just out of this world. But yeah, we got it. Found the loot.
Una will be most pleased to see this.
We got absolutely destroyed. I want to see if there's any way we could go to the left here. Okay, we can't. Okay, so the exit has to be then in the bottom left. So we could just follow this road downwards. This way. Another level by it's a dose. That's right. Strength will obviously just give us more health. More health means better chance to survive. It's not even that big of a deal. I mean, 10 life is what? Really? Oh no. I think he crit us, by the way. Oof, this rare is not a joke. That rare, dude. Still have no rings, man. Found the exit. We just have to run around. Think. Wait a minute. Check out this side first. This is just damage from overstorms. Because I can't shoot over the wall, right? Okay, overstorm's not hitting it for some reason now. It was hitting before. Look at this. Still thinking it's down. The exit. It's not. There is a rare in this area that you can go for. There's like a circle inside, like a lot of like hay. Is it called hay? Here's the exit. And that will that will spawn a rare. It's like 4 more dogs or something. Completely unnecessary. You don't have to do it at all.
I cannot control this much flame. This village is beyond saving.
So we're gonna head back to Clearfell. I think we did level up, and also we have +2 from Una.
You found. I think I should.
Such a different sort of melody to my akaras.
+1 to all lighting. We finally have one. Obviously, just don't buy the first thing you see, dude. Like, just give it a second, you know? Look at the other stuff that's here as well.
May it serve you well. It seems.
218, dude. We have a better life path also. So, there we go. If you're unsure if it does more damage, you could just go to your skills tab and just open this up and see. We do 3 more DPS. Do 3 more DPS, dude. Hold on. Nice upgrade, buddy. Ooh, that's a big upgrade. Now that's gonna be a big upgrade. Yeah, now we do 12 more DPS on the dot. Keep items for your next characters. +1 to all melee. Keep items for your next characters, you know. There we go. We got 2 more. So now we have damage hits enemies affected with ailments. We just do more damage if they have a negative ailment on them. Which in our case, we have more lightning happening. We have a 100% chance to shock with all the storms. Just be careful of the blood pools, guys. It really does hurt around this level. And now we have
Flame wall ignites enemies when caught in it.
upgrade flame wall. It's level 1. So you'll hear that noise. Boom, 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 boom. That is when an ailment's on them and they will take increased damage from Spark. That is obviously this ability right here. Like, it's both of them. Does the same thing. So these are yellow minions. There we go. So there is a rare here. I don't know where.
Victory is mine.
Another rare. Get wrecked, buddy. That's a dead end. I kind of think the boss might be on the left here. Just care for those pigs. I died once by the pigs. It was kind of insane. And magic enemies. Another level by its dust. Okay, we can still get a much better wand than this. Wand isn't bad, but we'll get much better. Okay, so this is like crafting material that you can get from this. It's a rare, and you can get Essence of Torment. I don't know what it is, but like it's worth the experience to do them in the first place. So I would say go for it. Always just make sure that you move out of circles, because like that will one-shot you. So, Torment. See what it is? Physical modifier. So that's not bad. If you're playing a physical character. Obviously we can't use it on this one. I have no idea what this boss is. This is crazy. Oh, this is the optional boss. Okay, it's not even a boss, dude. But if it's your first time playing in a specific league, you'll find an item here. You just take it back to Renly, and he would give you a bench that will stand next to him. That bench, you can actually break items into material. Certain items. If the item has quality, you can get a quality orb out of it. If it has sockets, you can remove the sockets. Well, you break the item, but you keep the sockets, right? So another essence here. Okay, that's not smart of me, dude. We're fighting two rares at the same time. There we go. Two rares at the same time. Don't mind me. The safest thing you can do against the pigs is to roll towards them, not away. So whichever way they're running, just roll to them. The boss was to the right, then. We found the boss. Nice. The executioner, let's do it.
Face your judgment, Marraketh wench.
The Marraketh do not not forgive.
Pretty much, if you can, just stay behind him. He would still hit you every now and then, though. Guillotine, don't be in a circle. Obviously, if he does that. Oh, no, I'm dead. Oh, dude, that was close. Can I jump? Let's get it in. Okay, just be further away from him so that doesn't hit us. You can hit backwards as well, like you just did there. But he pretty much did all his moves that he has in the book already.
His suffering was short-lived. It is a shame.
There we go. Job's done. You want to save her. She gives you your first 5 skill gem slot. Or skill gem. If you go back to base. Which I'll quickly do. We'll go back to base. We'll grab this. It's a pretty big buff.
It is good.
I also want to check. Maybe we get a better wand. Ooh, wow. Critical hit, critical spell, bonus. 13 extra cold damage. 40% lightning damage. Bro, this thing is huge. I don't even have the gold to buy it. Oh, that's just sad.
Be careful.
There is only...
The village, you must move swiftly.
Only you.
Oh man, don't even have the gold to buy it, dude.
Why then?
I think I just put away the gem. Why don't I have this ring equipped? We just got a 5. So we'll use the 5. I won't go higher or do anything. I just came to get my 5. We can also check out the gear from this guy. Maybe there's something. Five mana per enemy kill, but it's only 9 energy shield. Energy shield is 15. So we'll take the 15 energy shield. 6 int. I think we'll gamble new stuff.
Choice.
We pretty much have good gear.
Till next time.
Let's just craft this. We'll use an alchemy on it. Because it gives so much more energy shield, right? Add colds to attacks. Maximum life plus 10 int. Lightning resist. It's better than what we have.
It is... Oh.
Yeah, let's head back. More often than not, the right way to run is down. It's like almost like a 90% chance. These guys will explode. Just avoid the blood pool, you'll lose your whole energy shield. You know, down might be the wrong way now. Yeah. So we were unlucky, but if it's down, you just stick to the left, stick to this wall right here and run all the way and you'll find the entrance. So this is the opposite way, I guess, than what I regularly do. So I don't know where it is now. Some people say the map is just flipped. That is not true. I think they have a few variations of the same area.
I will learn all the secrets of this world. Not yet.
Let's see, we leveled up here. Nice. That's a big one. Uncut support gem 4. You get another support gem here by clicking on that body, which is where the game technically started.
Who will of the Marrakech?
I feel like it's gonna take us a while to find the right way. Avoid that mess of blood. Dead end. The checkpoint is 100% not the entrance. Oh no. Good. Okay, so we're getting to a point now where it feels like we're a bit weak. So one of two things needs to happen, right? Either I need to like a place to farm experience. And like it's fine to redo zones. Or we need to get better gear. So normally one level could fix both issues. But you don't know. I might still get no item. And the next level I don't get stronger, right? We found the exit. For me, it's this zone that we're in right now is just not a great zone to farm. I think this zone we're going to right now is better. I think this is a better place to farm. It's indoors, small corridors.
May he howl like a ravaged special.
Spark has one direction to go. Obviously, this will vary from character to character. Standing inside the blood, obviously not a good idea. But can I get stronger in the next level or 3? Not really. So the biggest thing I can say is we do need a better focus. So we'll go back at the next level. Go check out the focuses, obviously. I just hope we get something. Greater mana, we have better. Don't really feel like running through the blood. So in this specific place, like this floor, we're looking for a boss room and and stairs. The stairs will take us to a lower floor. The boss will give us permanent life. It's only 20 permanent life, but it's 20 permanent life. Permanent life is equivalent of taking four nodes, 4 traveling nodes, right? Like this, of strength. Oh, no, it's 2. Sorry, it's 2, but still, it's good.
Yes, another one. He's under there.
There he is. Just a man. Nothing more.
See if this is a dead end. Might be. It's not. Another level bites the dust. I feel like we should take a little bit more strength. We'll start with strength again, and then we'll take int. Thought it might be the boss room, but there will not be ads close to it. Here we go. This is the boss room. So this is the fire boss that will give you permanent life.
First ones,
What foul
hear
energy
our
gives life to
laments.
you?
Sanity recedes ever further into the dark.
He always does an ability where he calls that at the get-go. You just have to time the dodge. That's pretty much it.
What sickness has come among us that so unsettles our minds? It sits poised to strike.
And when he does this, just don't be in front or too close to him. It's all around him. Again, just time it right and you won't take damage. This is a fire breath. You can get out of distance if you want. So yeah, that's pretty much all the moves he does. The explosion one is the most scary. If you're in front of him, you'll just be dead. You'll be staggered to death. It's a lot of projectiles flying out of him. Just make sure you're not in front. Almost like, just make sure you're never in front of him. You'll be fine. So there's a boss here that keeps spawning these minions. There we go. Then in bout. Recovery from mana flask is only 20%. The lightning resist is really good though, but I prefer the stun threshold that ours is currently providing. Even though this is a blue belt, it's really good. 30% is the highest you get as well, just by the way. Even at endgame. I mean, there might be uniques that give more, but honestly not too sure about that. Obviously don't get hit by the orbs when there's a rare doing it. Obviously don't stand in blood. Also, the blood in this game feels a little overtuned, like how much damage it does this early. I want to go that way, man. Hit me in. Oh no, the dead end. But we were so lucky that we found all the dead ends, dude. And that's what you call farming a good experience. Right?
The time is nigh. Our triumph is at hand.
Funny how there's like no enemies, and all of a sudden there's like 7 of me. The right way is down, by the way. Okay, we found the door. This is just some little lore if you wanted.
Oriana knows. And I cannot deny that which I know deep down to be true. That fair-haired villager, an eternal descendant, she knew. At that moment when our eyes locked, we both knew. She clung to her children like I would end them then and there. How many others must I fear? Is my blood truly impure? Oriana assures me we can right some of the wrongs of the past. She promises a way forward for them. A way forward for the clans and the clanless alike. And a way forward for me. We must continue with our task.
There, the lore is done. We're almost at the end boss of Act 1. Run the other way. Stop hurting me, my buddy. Right now we're just clearing the zone, trying to find the boss. Here's the boss.
Yes, more. Don't stop.
I know
The
what this
beast
is,
hungers.
and it is not good.
Goodness. Eating him like a bastard.
Sorry.
Let's see here. 218. Chance to ignite.
Be careful.
Still no focus that we could really get. Really sucks, man.
What have we got?
Fire resist on the belt. Charges gained. Not that good. Mana recovery from class 21. Life recovery from flask. Life recovery from flask. Not good stuff. Increase armor.
If you find a pint.
Yeah, we should be strong. It's just I don't feel very strong, to be honest.
Flame wall. Or
Well, that could explain everything. Over Storms is level 3. Okay, final boss time. 2 phases. One is human, the other is wolf. You can change into a wolf as well in phase 1, but it's only temporary.
Kill her, and you shall have everything I promise.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
I think not, Mad Wolf.
Pretty much just don't be in front of him. Obviously dodge.
You'll pay with your life.
Oh man.
You will falter.
Don't be inside of that.
You will burn.
First one's eye.
Dodge that. Don't be inside the sword area. You will get frozen like hard.
The cage. Release the beast. Give me what you promised.
He's almost done with phase 1.
So much more. Since you are too weak to do the job, I'll find someone who can. Goodbye.
Manipulative whore. How dare you abandon?
Don't be close to him when he charges.
I've given you.
Okay, phase 2.
Freezing gale.
When he does freezing gale, don't be in front of him.
Justice of pain.
When he lifts his sword, obviously dodge all the lines.
I will take out your heart.
When he says that, just don't be in the middle of the arena. Look for the sides where you could not get hit. Please engage, don't be in front. Dumping ability, don't be in the circle. This is where he's gonna spawn his allies.
Light falls. Winter's chill.
So you wanna dodge the wolf that comes every now and then.
Through an endless night. May wither and tarry.
I dodged this early.
Frosts. As cold as death. Of baleless misery.
Okay, there we go. That's done.
Solstice of pain.
Again, dodge the lines.
I smell your blood.
We'll go to the edges, so there's no damage. And it's dead. That's all the mechanics of the boss. Obviously, the more damage you do, the less mechanics you'll have to
Allow
do.
me to clear your mind, if only for a moment.
The madness. It consumed my being. Oriana used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
From the Vastiri?
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first,
Let me take a selfie.
stop the madness.
As you wish. We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
I don't think I've ever seen that mittens before. We got a new vest, or a new chest piece we can check out, a new headpiece, and a new weapon. That's a lot of items we can check out. Hopefully we get an upgrade. Talk to him, identify items, and let's have a look.
We can
Chest piece, it gives armor and energy shield. 10 int, cold resist as well. 12. That's higher than obviously what we have, which is 7. Maximum life is 25, where the other one is 22. Life regen. Yeah, it gives everything the other thing gives, but more, I guess. I'm not a big fan of armor, but I guess we'll use it. It is an upgrade. The headpiece, intellect, fire resist, life regen, maximum mana. They're a pretty good headpiece. We'll use it.
If you find it, there's a knife you
Buy or sell. Obviously that's trash. That's actually trash.
go well.
We'll put the chest piece back for our next run again.
How can I advise?
And you go to the hooded one and click on follow the beast's trail, and you'll go to Act 2.
The Countess has escaped with the beast. Every attempt to control it has ended in cataclysm. We must pursue her to the plains of Vastiri. We should find the Marikath caravan. Only they can lead us through that harsh and unforgiving land.
Well,
Something you might not know, but I'm gonna just say it anyway. All shops everywhere resets after leveling. So if you are feeling still weak, you can go back to the previous zone as well to check out the loot there.
See the Vastiri again.
You don't have to just look at the area that you're in right now. So just keep that in mind. It kind of feels like we are doing a little low damage, and our damage is against the boss wasn't that bad actually. Surprisingly, it was okay. We have a 260 flask here. We'll buy both. It's very cheap. Increase spell damage and lightning resist. That is decent. It gives more energy shield as well. The one we're using is still a tiny tad better. The bottom two doesn't do anything for us. We don't have crit chance. We have 0 crit chance. Well, our Orb of Storms actually have, right? But the spell damage together is about 61%. So it's still better than this one that we're looking at right now. So still no upgrade. We don't have a +1. We have a cold resist ring. We will buy this. And then we'll regal it. So I just want to talk about these things. Sorry, we'll alchemy it. Orb of Alchemy will give a normal item 4 modifiers. So that's the equivalence of 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 alchemy is the equivalence of all 4 of these combined. So it's a higher risk gamble because it's a more valuable item. We get 5 int, we get lightning resist, we get mana regeneration, and we get some cold resist there, dude. So pretty good ring. We'll equip this. Every single act you go into, like we just went now to act 2. Every act you go into, you'll have minus 10 resistances. And the end goal would be to have as high resistances as possible. Preferably anything above 60 is good, but the 75 is the cap. So if you can cap out your 3 resistances, it is very important. The chaos resist on the other end, there's only a few enemies that does that. However, they hit really hard. But by the time it becomes a problem on our Sorc, we'll be all the way over here. Chaos. You get 1 life, but you become chaos immune. So we're gonna make stuff like, we're gonna take stuff like this, where all energy shield becomes mana, and this one right here, where your total HP pool becomes mana. But that is like way later in the game. That is nowhere near in sight. That's like level 70 stuff at the minimum, I would say, where you take those things, because you first have to get enough, number 1, mana regen. To counter this 50%, you need enough damage, right, to not die, because your health will be so much less. But yeah, we're gonna go into stuff like energy shield, recharge rate. Well, not really, unless we get a specific necklace, which I hope we get. But we're gonna get stuff like this, where we get maximum energy shield, maximum mana gets increased as well. And overall, this is just gonna make your character better. Because we're going to scale off our maximum mana anyway with stuff like this one right here. Arcane Intensity, 3% spell power per 100 mana you have, and also our Ascendancy. We can't see it right now because we don't select it yet, but we scale off of our total mana pool. So we'll eventually make all our nodes blue. We just have a few red right now to have a little bit more health, because we don't scale off intellect at all. So loads and loads of stuff still coming, and really looking forward to cover that on this channel for you guys. We got a new ring here, new gloves here. Increase skill speed, that's pretty good. Armor, 43 maximum life, 14% reduced maximum mana. That is a big one. Share charges with allies in your presence. Whoa. What charges though? Charges do not grant any inherent benefit, but be used to feel the skill and other effects. Charges fast. 20 seconds by default. Refreshing whenever you gain another charge. There are 3 types of charges: Endurance, Frenzy, and Power. By default, players can have up to 3 of each type of charge at once. Share charges with allies. I feel like you can make a decent build out of this with a witch, but I'm not too sure. We'll put it by our witch gear, just for in case I find something. You want to craft these 2 still? In particular? Grants 55% of life recovery to minions. Bro, I never even knew you get a flask like this. That's crazy. So we can heal our minions when we use our own flask. I never even knew you got stuff like this, bro. And the more you learn. But guys, this is where part 1 is going to end. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. It really does help a lot. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.